Quick, what's the first series that comes to mind when you think of Netflix? You may have fallen in love with many of the streaming platform shows over the past few years, but it's very likely that you mentioned Stranger Things. Ever since its first season, this horror sci-fi teen drama has been their flagship show, and for good reason as well. Stranger Things' formula mixes the best about a whole bunch of genres into a coherent blend, with a good dose of 80s nostalgia on the side. That's quite an amazing feat to accomplish, and the series is still going strong after 3 whole seasons. If you're a fan of the TV show like we are, you've probably been waiting to figure out when the next season will drop. Well, you'll still have to wait a little longer. The 4th installment of Stranger Things will come to our screens sometime soon in 2022. The show's creators, the Duffer Brothers, have already announced that it will include some brand new characters, along with the return of the entire main cast. We are all dying to know how the show will be affected by the Byers' move away from Hawkins, and we can't wait to see what happens to Eleven and the rest of the gang. However, we're also looking for some romance, and we're probably going to find some of it with the return of Nancy Wheeler. The relationship between her and Jonathan has gone through some rough spots, but it's great to see Nancy grow into a full-blown character. Just like her portrayer, Natalia Dyer has turned into a great actress over the course of the series. The best way to get ready for Season 4 of Stranger Things is to get to know its cast a little more. So sit back, relax, and keep watching to find out 6 things you probably didn't know about Natalia Dyer. Also, don't forget you can support this channel by clicking on the like and subscribe buttons. After you've done that, remember to hit the bell icon too. If you do, we'll notify you automatically every time there's a new video available on our channel. There's plenty more Stranger Things content coming your way, so make sure you don't miss out. Number 6. A recurrent pneumonia, the key to her creativeness. It's not uncommon to find that a lot of creative people actually became imaginative because they spent a lot of time sick in bed when they were very young. Natalia Dyer fits that pattern to a T. Born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, she was a quiet and well-behaved student who also performed at local community theater productions. Unfortunately, she suffered from recurrent pneumonia and she had to skip school quite often because of her asthma and other respiratory illnesses. Every cloud has a silver lining though. Having to stay in bed so often made her very good at entertaining herself and developing an active imagination. That skill later became an important aspect of her artistic life, enabling her to fully inhabit whatever role she had to play. You've seen Stranger Things, we don't have to tell you how excelling she is. Number 5. Her first role in Hannah Montana with Miley Cyrus. You may not have noticed her in previous roles, but Natalia has had a fair share of acting credits before making it big as Nancy Wheeler. Dyer knew from an early age that she wanted to be a performing actress, so much so that when her parents signed her up for a sports camp, she pretended to have a sprained ankle to get out. Her first unofficial performance was successful enough that her mom and dad moved her to the drama camp. After that, Natalia decided to attend the Nashville School of Arts, a specialized school where she developed her craft. Although she started out as a theatrical actress in a stage production of To Kill a Mockingbird, she had her eyes set on the silver screen. That's why she did not hesitate for a second to attend an audition for Hannah Montana, the movie, starring fellow Tennessee native Miley Cyrus. After playing Clarissa Granger in her first movie role, Natalia's phone started ringing way more often. She performed in films like The Greening of Whitney Brown and the indie production I Believe in Unicorns. Although most of the public didn't spot her, her previous acting experience and a killer audition helped her land the part she would become famous for. Number 4. She dropped out of college to perform in Stranger Things. In 2015, Natalia already had a few acting credits under her belt, but she wanted to keep honing her craft. That's why she decided to enroll in New York University's Gallatin School of Individualized Study. The Academy's interdisciplinary program allowed her to design her own curriculum so that she could learn whatever she needed to fulfill her career goals. She spent her free time going to auditions until she found the opportunity to play a pretty important role in an upcoming Netflix show. Needless to say, Natalia Dyer went on to portray Nancy Wheeler, though first she had to face tough choices. The filming schedule was incompatible with her classes, so she decided to take a break from college to focus on her burgeoning acting career. Considering that she was studying to become an actress, it's safe to say that she had already accomplished what she set out to do. Number 3. Intensive research for the Nightmare on Elm Street homage. Talent is essential to become a great actress, but it's not the only necessary factor. When Natalia got the part of Nancy Wheeler in Stranger Things, she knew she had some learning to do. Her character in the show is based on Nancy Thompson, the hunted central figure from the classic horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street, where she's performed by Heather Langenkamp. The homage meant that Natalia had to get the details right, so as a child of the 90s, she decided to dig deep and try and figure out what an 80s teenager's life was like. Just because it was studying doesn't mean it was boring. Natalia Dyer's research included watching scary movies from the era, looking up her own mother's yearbooks, checking out 80s dressing styles, and even buying the vintage Charlie by Revlon perfume. Just like watching Stranger Things, it must have been both hilarious and terrifying to witness some of the, let's say, questionable fashion trends of that decade. Number 2. Nancy and Jonathan are an item in real life too. The romance between Nancy and Jonathan is definitely an essential part of what makes Stranger Things such a popular show. Audiences have fallen for Natalia Dyer and Charlie Heaton's on-screen chemistry, and it looks like some of that magic has rubbed off on the actors themselves. Around the start of season 2, Charlie and Natalia started dating in secret. At first, they decided to keep their relationship under wraps because they wanted to make sure they were right for each other. It wasn't until 2017 that they made the tie-up official by attending the red carpet of the London Fashion Awards together. According to the press, Dyer and Heaton are currently living together in a house in Atlanta. It seems Nancy and Jonathan weren't lying when they said they'd keep in touch at the end of season 3. Number 1. Sorry fans, she will not take a selfie with you. Sorry fans, Natalia Dyer is pretty dead set on turning down selfie requests. In several interviews, she has confessed that she is quite the introvert, and she has explained that achieving celebrity status thanks to Stranger Things has made life a little challenging for her. She has mentioned that those pleas make her feel like a commodity, and she does not feel comfortable posing for pics with fans. However, that doesn't mean she's a diva who doesn't mix in with the average person. Natalia loves interacting with fans, and she is very grateful for her success on the show. She just prefers to talk to the fans and sign some autographs instead of looking at a camera lens. So if you ever happen to bump into her on the street, don't grab your iPhone. Or at least don't say we didn't warn you. Well, Stranger Things enthusiasts, that's our video about Mike's older sister and up-and-coming journalist Nancy Wheeler, aka Natalia Dyer. If you feel there's anything we missed, don't be shy. Let us know about it by writing a comment in the section below. Also, don't forget to click on those pesky like and subscribe buttons to show your support. If you also hit the bell icon, you'll get a notification every time there's some brand new content on our channel. Thanks for watching, and see you really soon.